in my last video, we updated the market stall area. And since then, I have worked on this park here. But first, I'm going to show you kind of what I did with this area here. So I did add a fifth vendor, or a fifth stall, which is selling frogs. And we will say that they are chocolate frogs. I did update the pink one here now from the beige, like nougat color and orange, because I did think it fit a little bit more better with the bright colors for treats rather than the kind of plain colors there. But I think that fits with chocolate over there, so that's fine. We still have the meats and fish guy here selling his stuff. The dairy, so cheese, eggs, milk, ice cream, everything like that. And then the fresh fruits and vegetables as well. We have this person here who is giving out little balloons to the kids while they're at the park. And then there's, of course, the little taco bar as well that's here, just kind of placed there. But yeah, this is pretty much the market area. I don't know if I want to update a pathway through it or keep it like it's grass and they kind of come here every weekend and set up, but then take everything down and take it home with them. So we'll see. But the main thing is the park update. So before, I will throw up a picture of what it looked like before. I wasn't too happy with it because it was kind of divided up into 4 little sections with the pathways going through kind of straight across and straight to the other side. So it was very like sections, and I didn't really like it because everything in this city feels very grid-like and there's no naturalness of it. So I wanted the park to feel a little bit more natural and less grid-like, even though it is on a 4x4 base plate and there is a pathway going around it. I still wanted it to feel a little bit more natural. So you can come in through this side here and then go right into the botanical garden, or you can come in through this corner here where the clock is and make your way into the park this way. But when you walk in, or I guess from this side is the original. So this is what the original corner looked like with the pond. The pond probably went to about here in the original city. I did switch it up to make it a little bit bigger. It's about double the size now, maybe a little bit more. And then just kind of place the dock here in the middle. So we still have the ducks in the pond, a few little lily pads as well. A woman here with her kids, she's just taking pictures of the ducks. On this side here, we have a gentleman who is bringing his lady a little flower, and then their kid here is also watching the ducks. We have Batman here who's been fishing for his lunch, or fishing to catch a pet, who knows. And then 2 elderly couple here with their dog, just on the other side of the bench. We have this young couple with their baby coming into the park from the other side. And we still have the little carrot guy who's advertising the farmer's market on the other side of the street to get people in. Through here, so there is also the characters from Hidden Side, I believe. So those 2 characters, and then we have one of the little elf Dungeons and Dragons CMF figure here. And then 2 retro figures, so a little bit older ones, hanging out with a little baby. Yeah, and that's pretty much the storytelling going around the park so far. But the main thing I wanted to do is make sure that I could easily adjust things. So as you can see, placing this in, there's a lot of pink. There's 3 pink trees that are kind of right there, which, I mean, nature repeats itself. There's trees grouped together, everything like that. But sometimes it looks a little bit too, like, going in the line. Not very natural in the Lego City, at least. So I wanted to be able to adjust the trees, or some of them at least, to take them out. So I took the idea from the Tranquil Garden and all of those little sets that you can just kind of plop in and adjust where the placements go. So there's a little cutout hole in the Mills plate down there, so that way there they can just fit right in. So I did it to these 3 here, this one as well, but the grass is in the way right now. But I did it to these 3. These ones along the edges are kind of just placed down, but they're pretty easy to just kind of pick up and adjust if I need be. Possibly should have thought about doing that when I was redoing this, but I was like halfway through mills plating it back up when I decided to kind of do that, because I wasn't sure where the placements were going to go already. So then I just started mills plating it, and then realized might make more sense if I do it this way, so I can easily adjust them without having to take this entire thing out or rip the tree apart and do it that way. So because some of them are based on like multiple different pieces and things like that, so definitely is going to be a little bit easier to swap out these ones for sure. So I will probably be doing that fairly soon with at least these two, because I do think, yep, it's a lot of pink going on in this one little area, especially with this pink tree here. And we're kind of past the spring phase, and I feel like this looks very spring still when we are in the middle of summer, and it's already August, which is crazy. But that's a little update on the park and the market vendors. The other update I was working on was the train station as well. So still haven't done the second floor, but I did do some minor adjustments to the bottom floor. So on the bottom, I inverted the windows in one stud to give it some depth. And then I also added these arches as well. So the roof may come over, or this may just be a canopy to kind of hover over while they're waiting for the train, so they're not getting wet or anything like that if it was raining. But I think it just gives it a little bit more kind of depth to it, and it's not so flat. This obviously is still flat because I haven't adjusted this or done anything with it, but this whole part just comes off anyway. So this is pretty much just the things I've been changing. I also added a few leaves throughout. So added some leaves and that, and I also swapped out the brown tile going around the back to a white. It was very dark, kind of this whole area here. Even with the orange, it felt very dark, so I did update it, and I think it looks a little bit more cleaner as well. The other thing I don't know if I mentioned was this little clock here, and the little design was inspired by the actual train station symbol. So I tried to kind of mimic that on this. I only have them in gray, so it doesn't really stand out very well. It would be nice if they were in bright colors, but I think it gets the job done and looks all right for now. Still haven't worked on the interior or anything like that, but still deciding on what the actual frame of the train station will look like. So, but I think it's making some progress. But the other update would be just kind of fixing the side here, adding the ramp, and I put the same orange to kind of highlight that it's going into the train station. Boutique Hotel, added some palm trees, felt like it fit the vibe, and cleaned up the mills plating. So before, these were just very dark colors and bright colors and just any kind of brick that was to go with the mills plating. So I did kind of make it green throughout, added a walkway to go to the dumpster as well. So these are just a few of the little updates that I have done. Not very much. I still have not worked on the platform. Still some work to do. This, I'm waiting on parts that I have yet to even place the order for. They're just sitting in my cart. So I do need to order some parts to kind of finish this off and work on the top area. But yeah, that's pretty much just the little update I've done today. If you have any suggestions, especially when it comes to the park area or the train station, the little market area, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear your feedback. But that's going to pretty much wrap up today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for more LEGO City updates.